Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, 6:30 in the evening, and we are supposed to be getting a bunch of snow tomorrow. I believe tomorrow into Wednesday, but definitely tomorrow. And Shelby also went and bought a Mustang. So I'm driving down to Idaho Falls in the morning, leaving here probably 5 a.m. To go to Idaho Falls and grab her Mustang and bring it back. Hopefully I get back here before it starts snowing, because I do have snowplow contracts I need to do. So right now I got the trailer hooked up, so I'll be ready to go in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and load the four-wheeler up so we can go fill my truck up and the four-wheeler up, so when I get back I can unhook the trailer, load the four-wheeler in the bed of my truck, and we'll be good to go. We're not going too far, so I'm not going to bother strapping it down. All right, look at that. That is so much better lighting. So we're at the gas station now. We got the four-wheeler, getting the truck all fueled up. Look how big this town pump is. They just put this one in. It's huge. And I guess this is all right here is a liquor store and a casino, and then all of that over there is the actual gas station store. But crazy, this town's blowing up with gas stations and stores and buildings, and it's keeping us busy, so that's all that matters. So here's the setup we're running this year. We have a 60-inch Denali snowplow on the front of our 04 Bombardier 400. Should do pretty good. We got some brand new tires on there. Well, we got them beginning of the summer. And then I threw a brand new winch on there. And this is a brand new snowplow. So we should be doing pretty good this winter for our snow plowing. Like I said, we got a bunch of contracts that we're working on. Some are residential subdivisions. Some of them are just some people's houses, and then we got a couple businesses. And the one I'm most excited for is this. We have a long stretch of road out in Belgrade, and they just put it in. All the concrete is super flat, super smooth, and I think it's like a mile and a half or two of just straight sidewalk. So I'm gonna be able to just angle the plow over, and I'll be able to fly on all that, which would be pretty cool. And then we got some park in there as well, which has some hills and whatnot, so we'll see what we can do if we can get a little crazy in there. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big non-ethanol fuel guy. At least when it comes to my dirt bikes and four-wheelers, I'm all about that non-ethanol. I've heard it doesn't matter when you're running fuel injection, but for all of the stuff that we have, it's all carbureted, so we run non-ethanol fuel and everything. I've heard non-ethanol is the way to go for these off-highway vehicles. All right, so both vehicles are all fueled up now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the four-wheeler back, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is 4:50, and we're about to make our way down to Idaho Falls. Looks like our weather has shifted as well, so our little storm isn't going to be here until about 7 o'clock tonight. So that gives us plenty of time, as long as we don't have any earlier storms in Big Sky or West Yellowstone or anywhere along our path. But for my contracts, that's good news. So we'll have enough time to go there and back. We'll be happy. So
So I'll see you on the way. We're all filled up and ready to go. Not sure if you guys can see it, but it has started snowing. We are right outside of Big Sky. It's not snowing too hard, but it's definitely snowing. Temperature has dropped down to 30 degrees, and we were at about 37 when we left Bozeman. Ooh, it's icy. Downshift. Got her a little squirrely. So I left the house probably 30 or 40 minutes earlier than I would have needed to in the summertime, expecting snow and ice in this section particularly, because this canyon drive up to Big Sky and just from Bozeman to the Idaho border is always a nightmare in the winter. Doesn't really matter what time of the year. It's just a 2-lane road. There's not a lot of passing, and people feel really confident on this road for some reason, and they go really fast. So I left early just so that if anytime there's someone behind me and they feel like they want to be Mario, I don't have an issue pulling over and letting them go. But if I see them in a ditch, I will pull over and see if they're all right. And maybe if I can pull them out, I have straps and everything to help them out. But it's kind of like an I told you so scenario. So, but anyways, that's a little tip or trick, I guess, if you are going on a trip of any kind, especially when you're towing a trailer. A lot of accidents will happen because people don't know how to tow a trailer, or your trailer does a lot of funny things when you go around turns and whatnot, or if you're running trailer brakes so they end up locking up. Since there's no weight on the trailer when you're going down, your trailer has a lot more likelihood of sliding and jackknifing and whatnot. But once we get some weight on there, then our issue is going to be stopping on the ice. So again, leaving early and planning ahead is the way to go. So I'm just cruising, making my way, going slow, making it there alive, and we're gonna get Shelby's car back to Bozeman in one piece. Here's another safe driving tip in the winter for you guys. In Bozeman, we get a lot of college kids because of the campus there. A lot of them are coming in from California these days, where you don't get much snow. Some of them are coming in from the south and other places where you're not getting snow, so they don't know how to drive in the snow at all. So they always run into issues when the ice comes out and it gets slippery, and there's always accidents and people in ditches and people spinning out, and it's just never a good time in town. So whenever it snows in town, we normally just avoid going to town. But if you are traveling somewhere where there is snow and ice and you see green and yellow lights, those are county snow plows. So when you're coming up on them, you don't want to be going too fast, because oftentimes they are going very slow. We are traveling about 35 miles an hour, and I think that's about the fastest they can go when their plow is down. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that's about the fastest I've seen these plows go, maybe around 40 miles an hour. So when you're behind them, don't want to be riding their butt, because they do spray salt or gravel depending on what state you're in, and if you're too close to them, you could risk damaging your car, your paint, your windshield. So don't want to be too close to them. Also, if they decide to stop and you can't stop in time, or you don't see that they're stopping and you hit them, that's on you. So just stay back and be patient, because it's going to be a long, slow ride. I'm following this one, looks like from Big Sky to West Yellowstone, which is probably normally 45 minutes when you're going 60, but we're going 35, 40 right now, so it's going to be a long morning. But that's all right, because at the end of the day, we're going to get there safe and sound. Just pulled over here. Temperature has dropped to 20 degrees. And we do, in fact, have quite a bit of snow on the ground. So, roads are covered. So I'm getting into Idaho here. I've been in Idaho for a little bit. I'm in Island Park right now. But as soon as I got over Targhee Pass, out of Montana into Idaho, it was a night and day difference. There was literally a fine line in the road from ice to clear pavement, which I thought was really interesting. And that is because Idaho salts their road, and in Montana we don't typically salt our roads. I know we put salt and we do brine on our sidewalks and some parking lots. And I think only in intersections the Department of Transportation will lay salt or brine down on public roads to help stop and with turning and whatnot, but we don't do our main roads. My windshield's super dirty from all the dirt and water and stuff being pushed up, but you can see out there roads are clear, which is crazy because there was no temperature change or anything. You still got to be careful because there is the possibility that you can still have ice when that snow melts. It could freeze back, so you still have to be careful, but it's pretty clear and the traction's pretty good, so we're good to go for now. So we'll see you when we're getting the car. All right, it's about 10 o'clock now and we're all loaded up. If you can see back there, we got a car on the trailer and a motor in the bed. So we have all the seats and whatnot, which she's gonna have to get those reupholstered. But I threw a tarp on there just because we have quite a bit of snow and water and grossness on the way back. So if I can keep it cleaner, I'll be happier. And I know Shelby's gonna appreciate that, especially because it just has primer on it. So yeah, we'll see you guys when I can take a second to show you the car. What do you think? It ain't much right now. You can't really see it.
It'll be something one day.
The back end's the iconic part. You just look at that rear end. Iconic. Oh no, that rope broke. This was totally flying as I've been driving. But yeah, you have front and rear seats, and then you also have door panels. A lot of it's all pretty garbage, but it
like
can
the
definitely.
Inside door panels?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then your transmission's in there. Motor's right there. I mean, it's not bad.
What do I gotta do with all this?
What? That's cracking in the Bondo. There's a dent right there. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to sand. No, you don't need to get a new back piece.
Oh.
You just want to sand everything down.
Again?
Yeah. You pretty much need to do all the body work over again because it looks like it's probably been sitting for a long time. But it's solid. I mean, there's no rust on the floor pans really. Everything underneath it looks solid. So it actually looks like a really good car. Same thing with the front end. And the engine bay, there's no rust either, so it's a really good base.
You did good.
So there it is, Shelby's 1969 Ford Mustang Coupe. Looks like it's got a Ford 8-inch in it. I haven't verified that, so don't quote me on it. That's nice. Not too bad. It's definitely been sitting outside for a while. But we got this car, motor, transmission, seats, and some of the interior panels. But yeah, she's been wanting one of these for a while. That hinge is definitely bad. You can see this hinge is bad because someone tried to close it and they bent the hood. So gotta be careful of that one. Get some new hinges soon. But she's been looking for a 69 for a long time, so one came up on Marketplace, so had to go get it. It was a long day of hazardous driving, but we got her done. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up, throw the tarp on it just to keep some snow out of it, and then we'll see you the next time we work on this thing. So what do you think? Do you like it?
I love it.
So what are we doing to it?
A lot. We're gonna put Coyote in it and a 6-speed, and then we're gonna paint it gunmetal gray, and there's a lot of upgrades we're gonna be doing to it.
So stay tuned for the future updates on this car whenever we get time and money for it. We'll see you on the next one.